In the current market development mechanical keyboards, the situation is indeed quite awkward. As a gaming tool, it still can't match magnetic lock keyboards in terms of performance and functionality. As a tool for daily office work, Gaobai Society's big factories are crazily stacking materials for cost performance. It's been a while since the competition took place. To be honest, the room for competition is actually quite limited. As for Langzhu, the new L99 can be considered a separate topic from Xijing. Approaching from a completely new perspective, he placed an IPS touchscreen directly on the screen, and it has implemented a series of highly playable moves. So in today's video, let's take a closer look at this game. Currently, this credit ratio is playable in mass-produced keyboards. A very advanced keyboard unboxing session. When a gift box is opened, enter one copy and you'll receive this dust cover as a gift. Below is the keyboard itself. Accessories include switches. 2 of them were pulled in by the company. A data cable. In one video, there is a version of the original factory height PPT Triple Pine, this listening switch. The switch is a listening switch with an actuation force of about 45 grams. Contact pressure is about 55 grams. 1.8 mm trigger formation. 3.6 mm contact body. This forms a linear shaft with a built-in light guide column at the dust protection arm shaft, producing sound. It's the standard dust-proof arm switch. However, the sound performance on this shoe disc is actually pretty good. Let's listen together. The keyboard looks like a bar-like layout, but they cut out the small number area and made a screen. The screen is a 398-inch IPS material. The touchscreen comes with a built-in film tactile sensor. It's fair to say, if you swap for a tempered glass screen protector, it would be perfect. The screen's features will be shown in detail later, but I'll skip it here for now. The front has a small slope for a weak. The rounded corners still have some layering. In the lower right corner, there's a metallic lustrous nameplate with a wolf bead. The connector, battery switch, and the magnetic device are 2-unit. 1. The receiver's dual brain compartments are integrated in the middle, and there's a silicone piece you can insert. Under normal use, wireless mode is still recommended. Otherwise, this place would end up like this. Place it on the back in various ways, and the foot sticker is tightly supported by 2 viewing angles. Nor loose. In the middle, there's a relatively large PVD-like nameplate decoration. Here is a speaker with its own clever function. Let's talk about it later. The internal padding scheme of this R99 is still maxed out as the PC positioning board for startup. There are also 6 layers of soundproofing filling, with an extra layer of PET placed on top of the west side of the sandwich. This is also the filling solution commonly seen in mass-produced keyboards nowadays. The PC positioning board combined with the elastic eGatsky structure. This makes the keyboard feel very soft and springy. Under normal use, you can also feel it when the market hits bottom. The obvious delay of this cushioning effect is as follows. Now comes the main event, as mentioned at the beginning of the video. What makes it so playable? The main focus is still on this screen. After powering on or powering on, the default is the time at the top of this page. There are also keyboard mode prompts and real-time battery status. Click on Settings under Connection Mode, where you can switch to 2.4G mode, Bluetooth mode, and so on. No need to tie that shortcut key. And matchmaking and similar activities can be done here. The system switching section supports the key reporting rate for Windows and Mac systems, and this game of playtime. This mainly affects the extension aspects. If the switch doesn't double-click, the lower the point, the better. You can ignore the time adjustment here. After connecting to the computer, just connect the driver to sync internally. Set the Pomodoro alarm clock here. For example, I plan to wait half an hour later, then take a break or adjust things like that, and after that, return to the main page. It can also be considered a small timer for sound and tactile feel. That's how it is, including alarm clock sounds and touchscreen feedback. The following section is exactly what the name suggests. ABC corresponds to 3 sound effects. Once selected, the keyboard will have effects similar to the wind horn electromagnetic method. After opening the keyboard foot, using this feature makes it easier to place on the desk. If you block the speakers at the bottom, the sound quality will be worse. Language selection and this about local systems are not included here. Updated screen drawing. You can set GIFs or watch faces here. You can open this custom animation on the main interface. Custom means you need to connect to the computer and set the brightness within the driver. This is about adjusting the screen brightness. Other features include playing real-time data for this music, memo, and a numeric keypad calculator that can even simulate this mouse. The current price of this keyboard is still not worth it, but since it is a Wolf Pearl, and as everyone knows, Wolf Pearls aren't too expensive. If you want to switch up and switch hats, just buy it directly. If it's cheap, you can use Mahjong for flipping your hands. The other two options are also acceptable. The requirement for Huanhua OEM is also very standard for disassembling the shaft. Because of the switch, this type of keyboard can actually be placed on top. The interactive screen and some features, or rather, things like electromagnetic sealing devices have appeared many times already, but still, it's best to use a heatable keyboard or a handmade large mouse press. Or the extremely exorbitant price, a keyboard with a screen. With these 4-digit prices, why not buy a secondary screen too, right? Come to the real, combine these things, and it will be released in a mass-produced manner. And the brand is the well-known Zhuangguang Wolf Pearl. What does this mean? Everyone knows what I mean. In terms of cost performance, it definitely excels. And I experienced it for a while. The battery has a battery with 8,000 mAh battery and comes with the factory default lighting effects. It has about 36 hours of battery life, and about 50 hours with the lights off. Before the battery life, the screen was always on when it stopped. So the battery life is pretty good. As for playability features, here are many summary points. In short, it's a keyboard with very high playability. As for the drawbacks, since they don't come at a price, it's hard to say. What I'm feeling so far is that, putting aside the screen, the other aspects are the performance. And the despair of several Wolf Pig models currently selling very well. There's no obvious difference between plastic keyboards, and that's not obvious, like the feel and subtitles, etc. Although the screen is still in the development and debugging stage, it's almost done. It must be said, Wolf Pig is currently quite boring with mechanical keyboards. In this state, without any intention, it also produced something very interesting. So what exactly is this video? Thank you all for watching. See you next time.